live. First and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Back at y'all with another Friday night class. What? Give me some time. All right. What? Yeah. Let me know. Let me know what your account is on. So now, it's guys. It's September 23rd on the East Coast. September 23rd in Europe, Africa, probably Asia. The world's over, guys. I don't even know what we're doing here. How are we here? How are we here, brother? I'm gonna tell you what's funny, which I got my eye on. Who you've been traveling? You come up from North County like us. You noticed that the 805 and the 5 is going to conveniently be closed tomorrow. 805 and the 5 is going to be closed tomorrow on a Saturday, which is strange. Could mean nothing, but for a long stretch of highway, 805 and the 5 is going to be closed. So I want to say to like the 905, all the way down to which 905 is like Imperial Beach. Now, I don't know when it's going to start. I want to say it may start around UTC. They're closing a grand stretch of highway. I'm going to tell you who told me about it. Tazaban sent me the article on it. He said, just a heads up, because you know, brothers is coming down on Saturday. But when we were driving down, it's on. They got it on the like on a lot of overpasses. You've seen it. They got it on the overpasses. So it's, that may be nothing, but it also may be cutting off of a possible escape route. You understand what I'm saying? So we don't, because we know anytime Esau does a false flag, there's usually some type of a test going on. There's usually a drill. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying it could mean nothing, and I really think it do mean nothing, but it also could mean something. You see what I'm saying? I don't believe. Of course, we don't believe. We know the world is not going in tomorrow, or today, or whatever. Because technically, Hebraically, it's already tomorrow because the sun went down. But could Esau do a false flag tomorrow? Of course he could. Can he do a mass false flag? Of course he could. That's why it says the elect won't be deceived. Yahushua told us if they go say this or that, we know not to be deceived. But we just got to be watchful, right? I know you got to take the 5 or the 805 out. Frank, you got to take the 5 or the 805 to get to camp?
Not to camp, no. I take the 8.
The 8, okay. You got to take it? No. Does anybody got to get on those freeways? Yeah, just the 8. Yeah, we all east. Hold on. Who had their hand up first? I'll read in the back. Go ahead.
Test drills all day at work.
Test drills all day today at work. What do you work? Just vaguely. Don't tell me where you work. What area? What field do you work in? He works in the area. So for those of y'all that don't know, that are watching, it is one of the biggest military bases on the West Coast. Okay, drills all day. Drills tomorrow. Drills tomorrow. All throughout this week, drills. More drills into the weekend.
Sit down for 4 or 5 hours because they're going to go out the ship to find sickness out of places.
So you working on the ship, you got to sit down and stay still for 4 to 5 hours because they're running around the ship trying to find something. This is now again. This could mean nothing. This could be coincidence, or it could not. The scriptures say, "Blessed is he whom when Yahweh shall come, he findeth him watching," right? So that's our job. We're watchmen, right? We are, like this brother name is Shamar. Shamar is like a sentinel or a watchman. When you look at the word sentinel, it's somebody who gives watch. We're the watchmen for our people, right? We're telling our people when all these earthquakes, Mexico got hit again, Puerto Rico got hit again. We've been telling them since it first started hit. If you don't repent, this is how the Most High is going to visit you. Pursuant to Isaiah 29:6, Most High is continually visiting. We're watching for you. So again, we know the Most High ain't going to end the earth tomorrow. We know that. All right. But can Esau try to do some false flags? It's possible. We don't know. Where are we going to be, Lord willing, tomorrow? On Fairmont and Whitman, Fairmont University holding camp. Period. You see what I'm saying? That's where we're gonna be at, regardless, in the spirit, Lord willing. But could Esau try to? I mean, not necessarily just try to throw us off, but just try to throw everything off. He could. So we're watching. We going. Everything is going. We're doing everything according to plan, regularly scheduled program. But we're watching, as it is written. You had some. Or your eyes. I know you had something selected.
Yeah, they when I was driving up to work, when I wasn't there,
805.
They was talking about them shutting that down, and then also you have the guy was talking about fighter jets. They having an air show, so you know how Esau they were trying to do some crazy trick. Damn fighter jets, maybe damn near let them collide. And they turned at the last minute dealing with that. But remember, you seen a video of them bringing tanks and Humvees down south and going up north.
That's happened.
That just happened out here too. Yeah.
They got them posted too. They got them from line, North Island.
I saw a video of companies
I mean,
rolling in Chicago.
just certain things, man. You know, like all these other ships that just came together a little closer to. That was a forewarned 2 weeks ahead of time.
Yeah, because they had the what they call it, they call them the Blue Angels. But when I was out there, they also had the actual dog fighter jets out there.
Yeah, smoke gray one.
And the big the missile bombers. You see them off the state.
That's
Like I seen like four
He's right there. Your option's right there, but when I take Jordan to the park, they're right there. Like I said.
Oh no. Okay. So this is the closing. From the 905 to the border, shut down.
So coming out of the border, you can't.
They're saying San Ysidro border is shut down.
That's where I'm at. Right about it.
They're saying San Ysidro is shut down for cars.
And it's been like that. It's been like that for the last few weeks. They got something, start freeway getting fixed on. And yeah, they got the signs from where I stay like Palm all the way down.
Palm, yeah, con.
So all the way down, so they got to shut. It's gonna be closed, but as well though.
Yeah, you got to go to Otay. They said there's no option but Otay.
Yeah, okay.
No, they're saying what you do is everything south. I-5 and 805 is closed south of the 905. So the detour is to get on the 905 and go to Otay. That's the detour. So again, they could just be doing. I mean, this sounds like a major shutdown. The 905 to the border is not a couple of exits here, right? Am I right or wrong? That's IB. That's IB. That's IB to San Ysidro. So that's gonna shut down IB Chula Vista because you back and so you go back to San Diego again, and then San Ysidro. That's 4 cities. Yeah. The 905 down. So they're shutting all that down. Again, it could be nothing. You see what I'm saying? I know that the Nibiru ain't in Virgo ain't all this madness. I know that ain't getting ready to happen tomorrow. But who knows what the white man might do tomorrow? We have no idea, right? But I just know the world ain't going to end tomorrow. We know that much. Okay, why? Because people are saying that's when it's going to end. Any day people say the earth is going to end, that's the day the earth will not end. Why? Who knows why? You got it. He got it.
Only the Most High knows.
Only Yahweh knows when the earth is going to end. Okay? That's it. Quran. Prophecy. Has the mark of the beast came out yet? It's out, but it's been forced. I shall cause all men. That ain't happened yet. World War III ain't happened yet. It's turning up. Rocket boy, Trump calling Kim Jong-un rocket boy. This brother told me Kim Jong-un called Donald Trump a dotard. You know what a dotard is? Nobody knows what a dotard is. That's how cold of an insult Kim Jong-un threw at this devil. A dotard. A dotard is a old person that done went senile. He said, this nigga is a dotard. Korean coming with these English names with the cuts for this nigga. It's getting ready to turn up. But guess what? Russia isn't ready. So if Russia isn't ready, North Korea won't move because North Korea can't move without Russia.
Now it turns out now they're saying Putin is behind a lot of the
yeah, the white man. Well, they're bringing it out that they know that Putin is doing all of this. Putin is got North Korea their nuclear program. Putin got Iran their nuclear program. Putin is responsible for why? Because who knows, who can give me the precept on why? Who can give me the precept on why Vladimir Putin is responsible? There's a couple, but there's one I'm looking for. Why is Vladimir Putin responsible for the nuclear programs of the North Koreas and Irans?
Officers.
Who got it? Anybody? This is for any. Why is he responsible? This is the hooks are a part of it, but that's not what I'm looking for. Tuwada. It's not what I'm looking for. Anybody except Deacon is eligible to answer this question for the record. And the sergeant, because he's getting a precept. And it's something that we all should know. It's something we all should know. It's biblical. Biblically, it's kind of common sense, but you may not think of it that way.
Revelation 16?
Not Revelation 16. I'm gonna show you. Not in Isaiah.
Man, I can't believe somebody was close to.
Yeah, listen, Shamar got it. Don't worry about it, y'all. I got it. Go ahead. Shamar knew it. Go ahead.
That's it.
Watch. Go ahead.
Book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 40.
Read.
And by thy sword.
By what?
By thy sword.
By what?
By thy sword.
Read on.
Shall thou live.
The white man has the blessing of the sword. So he is giving nuclear programs to people who aren't Edomites because that's his blessing. Right? But Iran is an Elamite. North Korea is a damn the amalgamation of Moab and Ammon. We don't know which really one they are. Moab. So no, some of them go to Moab, some of them go to Ammon. They're an incest of an incest baby. They're a bastard of a bastard, right? But they got a nuclear program. Why? Because the Edomites, whose blessing is the sword, have given him that. Right. See, you got these silly Negroes talking about the Arab is Esau because they have a literal sword on the Saudi flag. Let me explain something. When you have a blessing of the sword, that means that you further the sword. You further the weapon. It doesn't stay archaic. A sword is an archaic weapon. If this is my blessing and I'm blessed with the sword above all other nations, that means I'm going to take the sword to new heights. Okay? Who invented the Tech 9? Who invented the Uzi? The Uzi is an Israeli gun. The Jewish man is responsible for the Uzi. I sold Israeli Uzis to Arabs, to Sunni Muslims. That's from Lord of War, the Russian. He said, I sold Israeli Uzis to Sunni Muslims, right? Then, of course, everybody knows that chopper, that Kalashnikov Model 47, that Kalashnikov Model 74, right? The DE, that's all the white Smith & Wesson, white boys. Thompson, Remington, Ruger, white, us all white men. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because they put their name on what's their blessing. You understand what I'm saying? They put their name under their blessing, period. Right? And then they put your name on your blessing. That's why you have something called the Cleveland Indians. Okay? Everybody, people don't like how the Indian is depicted, but hey, the Indian is the Israelite. Our blessing is baseball and football, and you understand what I'm saying? So that's why they do it. But their name is on their blessing. So then they got even further than the gun. They created rockets, missiles, damn cannonballs. You understand what I'm saying? They create all these things. They further. Now they have something called an intercontinental ballistic missile. And Putin has dropped them off to Kim Jong-un. So what does Kim Jong-un do now that he got this fire? He don't know what to do with that firepower. So now he's talking big to Putin. I mean, to Trump. Why? Because the white man that gave him some guns. He's feeling himself now. And the white man got his back with even more guns. So he's feeling himself now. Point blank, but it's the white man's blessing. What you got? You got something, Captain?
Going into that word sword.
Come, bring it out.
Going into the etymology, it says a sword as laying waste.
As what?
As laying waste.
Meaning the white man was going to have the ability to lay waste. Hence his name. You idiots. Talking about the Arab is the white man.
Right.
The Arab makes a cheap bomb and can't kill 12 people in a damn marketplace. The white man killed 100 million of you.
Right.
200 million of you. But he's not the Edomite. He's not the waster, the great waster. Look at every name of Esau. Every name of all the chief sons of Esau in the book of Genesis Chronicles. Every one of their name is synonymous and means destruction, extermination, wasting in the Hebrew. Why? Because that's what they do, baby. They kill. Do you think was the white man the first person to live in a cave? No. There were Hamites living in caves in Mount Seir. You know what the white man did? Went into the caves and killed the Hamites and lived in the caves where the Hamites lived. There's a whole group of people that you stop hearing about in the Bible very early. You know who those people are called? The Horites. Do your research on the Horites. They're the original inhabitants of Mount Seir, a Canaanite people. The white man destroyed the Horites. Why? Because they wanted them caves. They live in them caves. Them caves were suitable. The white man had to do something about living in the Middle East, the so-called Middle East, okay? Because we know the Middle East is a term that exists, what they called it after the building of the Suez Canal. A lot of people getting messed up over this Africa thing, all right? But whatever. Wait till we go into the history. Y'all know Africa is a Hebrew word, right? A lot of people don't know that. Nigga owned the Josephus, never read it. It's right. Josephus said it right in the Josephus. Where Africa come from Midianites. Who are Midianites? Are Midianites Hamites? That's your cousin. That's Abraham's grandson. The same way you're Abraham's grandson, the Midianites are Abraham's, or the descendants of the Midianites that went in Africa. They're not our people, but they're not Hamite. They're Shemites. There's black Shemites in Africa right now. Africa's not just Hamites, right? It's got Shemitic people too. Not all. They're not just. But again, being Shemitic doesn't make you Israelite. But you got to think about it. We're Shemites, right? You mean we're the only black Shemites? We're the only Shemites that look like this? Of course not. You got Moabite, Ammonite, Edomites. Shem was a diverse people, right? But you also have other Assyrian, right? Are the people in Syria the actual Assyrians? They're damn Ishmaelites. You see what I'm saying? That's what they are. But when I look at the ancient Syria, what do I see? I see black people on the wall, right? Whatever happened to the Syrians? The black Syrian? That's the question. You gotta do your history. Some of them are still there. Some of them went where? To Africa. Who knows what proves that? There's a precept in the New Testament that proves the Syrians went to Africa. No, in the New Testament. Who do Yahweh Shah call a dog? Not a Samaritan. She was called a Canaanite in one gospel. The other gospel, she was called what? A Syro-Phoenician. Syro-Phoenician is Syria and Phoenice. Phoenice is what? Canaanites. So it shows what? That the Syrians and the Canaanites merged as a people. Where did the Canaanites get driven to? Same place we got driven to. Africa. So where did the Syrians get driven to? Africa. Those are the Berbers. You look up the Berbers in North Africa, the black Berbers, those are Shemitic people. They're not Hamites, all right? But they're Negroid, Shemitic people. Then you have the Arab ones, who of course we know are Shemitic, right? It all just happens from mixing and meeting. That's all that is, all right? So I just kind of went off on this tangent. This brother got, listen, 923, they're using Revelations 12. Deacon's going to take care of that in the spirit and power of Yahweh. Go ahead.
So they saying, okay, so they saying Mars and Jupiter and Uranus,
Nibiru.
That's going to be the end of the world today, I guess. Like the chief priest brought out, I mean, on the East Coast and other times of the world, it's already 9:23. So I guess we're inching closer and closer. But we're just going to jump into some prophecies, and especially Revelation 12, which they're using, and disqualify that, which will be rather quickly. Sarge, if you got the information on the 923, let's hear it.
Several sources. I mean, Fox, NBC, they're all covering it. It's a quick one.
That's
Fox.
good. You go with
You
Fox.
get right to
Good
the point.
Fox News.
So article, it says titled Biblical Prophecy Claims the World Will End on September 23rd.
Right, biblical prophecy according to Revelation 12. We're gonna see if that's what the Bible said. Go ahead.
Christian numerologists claim.
Now he's dealing with numerology. That's great.
Numerologist says apocalypse is near. Christian numerologist
Take this seriously.
says based off the Bible and Egyptian pyramids, Planet
Yeah,
X.
Hold on, no, because those go together.
Come on.
Based off the Bible and Egyptian pyramids, Planet X will collide with Earth on September 23rd.
So according to the Bible, allegedly, some homosexual Christian numerologist is saying that
Who's gay?
who's gay, right? First of all, a numerologist is gay. Let me just tell you that right now. So an alleged planet that NASA's covering up is going to collide with the Earth, and that all the Christians and believers who's accepted Christ is going to be raptured up to heaven before the clash of the great planets. So let's see what the Bible says. That's all I need on that. That's
They
that.
do got some verses in there.
Yeah, we're gonna go into it. Don't worry about it. Hold Jeremiah 10, and then get me Revelation 11 and 18 and 21. You got it first. Go ahead.
This book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen,
Go ahead.
and be not dismayed
Be not dismayed. Don't marvel. Go ahead.
at the signs of heaven.
At the signs of heaven. So let's say everything is aligned right now. We know there are signs in heaven, but we know that according to the Bible, it's for signs and wonders and seasons and holy days. But we know it's not indicating a planet collision. All right. For one, we know how the world is going to end. We know the world is going to end by the hands of Esau, not from a planet. The scriptures say Esau is the end of the world.
That's right.
All right. So
And also, Salakia, the world ending has nothing to do with the planet Earth being destroyed.
Khan, if somebody can get that in Ecclesiastes 1 and 14, I believe. Go ahead.
For the heathen,
all right, these white Christians, all right, and if there's I gotta digress. I'm hearing there's a lot of black Hebrew Israelites.
That's right. Say black Hebrew.
All right, black Hebrew Israelites who are subscribing and holding fast to this doctrine of their father, the devil.
Yeah, and let me say something too, man. Because this brother, you know, he's telling the truth. A lot of brothers came on our comment board expressing dire concern. I'm talking about dire concern about September 23rd. Israelites in the truth, okay? We don't typically like to undermine brothers. We don't typically like to patronize sincere questions, call questions stupid, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you ask me if 923 is in the world, that's a goddamn dumbass question. Okay, I'm just going to come straight. That's a stupid and retarded question. And how, give me Proverbs real quick, 14. I just need it real quick. Or Salaki, let me see it. Let me find it real quick. I'm going to say it's 14 and 5. Proverbs 14, right here, 14 to 15. The simple believeth every word. And you got brothers out there that's just simple. You just believe, just like when that 6 days of darkness madness came out a couple years ago. People believed that there was going to be 6 days of darkness, as if the Most High didn't write in the Bible that the sun and the moon got an ordinance and orders that they can't break every day. So that ain't gonna happen. That's a covenant the Most High got with the sun, the moon, and the stars. He's not gonna cause them to cease from shining for 6 days for a whole week, damn near. He's not going to do that. But when you simple, you believe that madness. You mean to tell me some Edomite, some white Christian knows when the world is going to end? He don't know anything about the Bible. He doesn't know the actual name of Jesus Christ. He doesn't know who Jesus Christ died for. He doesn't know who the 12 tribes of Israel are. But he knows when the Most High God showed him when the world was going to end. How stupid can some of you brothers be, man? Come on now. You're going to believe the damn issue, but it shows a lot of you brothers still got white supremacy in your damn mind.
God.
A lot of y'all still look to the white man for your validation. A lot of y'all still believe in the white man and all of his damn lies. And that's why the Bible say this. Again, Proverbs 14:15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. You're going to look well before you just say, somebody said 923 was the end. I think the world's going to be over. I remember, man, when I first got with my wife, he got 5 long years ago. Her little brother, man, that brother was probably about, 12 years old at this time. So I remember it was like late at night, we was going to get something from the car. And he was like, man, it was 2012. He said, man, it's 2012. They're saying the world's going to end, man. I'm just scared for my family. That's something that I understand from a 12-year-old that hears something on the TV. I don't expect a grown man to think like that. I expect a little boy to think like that. He's scared and he's worried for his mother and his father and his brothers and sisters. But for a grown man to believe that somebody's just going to come out and tell you when the end of the world is, my ass, man.
Massa knows.
Massa knows everything. Massa knows when I was born. He come on, man. Be serious.
Oh, what scripture on that?
Let me bring this out. This is Sirach chapter 43. I must needs bring this out. Because to say that there's going to be planets colliding is to say that the Most High is out of order.
We'll bring that out.
It says, verse 9, the beauty of the heaven, the glory of the stars, and ornaments giving light in the highest places of the Lord. At the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order and never faint in their watches. Right. So anything,
that's a deck.
Anything in the heavens is created with order, not to collide with each other.
That's right.
Even though they're saying there's planets, there's no proof that there's planets anyway.
Like,
right?
Well, what did the Bible just call it?
Ornament. Ornaments.
That's just, what is an ornament? It's just up there shining for you. That's an ornament. That's what the Bible say it is. So like, go ahead.
Nah, that's true though. So I mean, all this is for the simple. This 923 is for the simple.
Which you got brothers that's simple.
You got brothers that's simple, just like you got hoe ass niggas out here. Excuse my language.
He's telling the truth,
saying that subscribing to this Black Hebrew Israelites. All right, so
there was a dude last year. Remember last year he said the world was going to end in October. Who remember that? You remember that?
I remember when we first came into the truth, there was some Edomites saying that the world was going to end. I think on 923.
Yeah.
Back in 2010.
What people don't realize is 923 comes up every year. You have a lot of people who are newer to the truth. 923 comes up every year because it's a satanic holiday of the it's like the fall equinox is 923, or what they call the vernal equinox, I believe.
First day of spring, officially.
Yeah, first day of fall now, officially. So this is a satanic holiday. You understand what I'm saying? So they might, again, the white man might do something. He's at least going to kill some poor baby and sacrifice it and have sex with it, probably. I know he's going to do that. But are planets going to collide? Of course not. Come on.
Hey, that story will come out next. All right, so yeah, let's get 2nd Ezra 9 and get this going as quick as possible. Oh, was you done with that? Jeremiah? Okay, 2nd Ezra 9. You got Revelation 18 and 21 as well. Whoever can get them, keep them coming, keep them rolling. We're gonna make this quick.
Book of Revelations, chapter 18, verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone.
Oh, this is Nibiru. This stone that the angel has is Nibiru, right? Go ahead.
Like a great millstone.
Like a great millstone, right? Meaning ICBM missiles. All right, go ahead.
And cast it into the sea,
saying,
thus with violence,
meaning war. Oh no, with a planet colliding with the earth. Thus with what?
Thus with violence.
Thus with violence. Will the world end at the hands of Esau?
Right.
Not a planet colliding with earth. We're not dinosaurs. All right. Go ahead.
Shall the great city Babylon be thrown down?
Now, go ahead.
And shall be found no more at all.
Okay, so now go from there to I had you 2nd Ezra 9. I got you holding anything? Give me
2nd Ezra.
Now go 2nd Ezra 9 and then give me 2nd Ezra 13 and 29.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13.
Matter of fact, let him go first. 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. We're just disqualifying the ways that the Bible says, or the ways that they're saying the word is going to end, and the ways that the prophecies are saying the word is going to end, according to the rulership, not the actual earth being destroyed. And we forgot to go there. Grab that, Salaki.
I got that too.
You got that too? Whoever got it, bring it up.
Right now?
Yeah.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh.
Right. So you had your Civil War generation, your Civil Rights generation. Then you had your 80s baby crack generation. Now you got your tight pants homosexual generation that we have today. All right. So one generation passes and another one coming. Go ahead.
But the earth.
But the what?
The earth abideth forever.
So ain't no Nibiru destroying this earth. Most High created the earth and he said what? So this earth ain't gonna be destroyed. All right. The scripture say the earth is gonna abide forever.
That's right.
Now where we at now?
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9.
What still has to happen? See, Christians, right? We're just gonna substitute that word Christians for homosexuals for this lesson. Homosexuals will say the world is gonna end 923, right? But what hasn't happened that has to happen according to the Bible? Race riots. What else? Jacob's trouble. Wow. The market of Quran. 3 for 3 on you guys, man. He's trying to get back in this thing. We're gonna have to rank him back up. But race riots, martial law, Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, the mark of the beast, World War III. Somebody hold the 6th trump. The 6th trump ain't even happened. How the hell the world gonna end and the 6th trump ain't gonna happen when the Lord said none of his words will go and come back void? Every prophecy has to be fulfilled. Somebody get 2nd Ezra 9 and then somebody find that get that 6th trump biblical shot.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently.
How do you measure the time? By seeing which prophecies we're in. That's how you measure the time. All right, go ahead.
Measure thou the time diligently.
And you got to be diligent. You got to be diligent.
All right.
You got to know if somebody says the world is going to end tomorrow and none of the prophecies came to fulfillment, then you got to know they're not measuring the time diligently.
That's right.
Not with prophecy, because what's the greatest gift to have? Prophecy.
God.
The Lord said, be occupied in what? Prophecy. All right. The spirit of prophecy is what? The spirit of Christ is what? Prophecy. All right. So this is what these homosexuals don't know. Go ahead.
And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before.
So when you see these prophecies coming to pass, see now, if the mark of the beast was here and we was hiding out and there was a famine of the word, we forgot about that. And then some Christians said, you know what? The world is about to, Christ is maybe coming soon, or this is the season, then we will be more inclined to believe it. But the prophecies are not done. All right, go ahead.
Then shalt thou understand.
Then shalt thou understand. And he's not a Hebrew Israelite. The Lord shows his word unto who? Jacob. All right. But again, you got these black Hebrew Israelites subscribing to this, and they're going to have to pay.
That's right.
I'm waking up tomorrow, I'm getting on all their helmets. Go ahead.
Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Now, go from there to, I'm gonna have you find the sixth trumpet because you got the device, you got the telecommunication device.
Yeah, but
What you got? Second Peter 3 and 10.
Yeah, second Ezra.
Okay, let's do Peter and then Ezra 13.
It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
So some homosexual is not going to be able to get on Facebook and TV and tell you that it's September 23rd. That's not a thief in the night. That's warning and prepping everybody.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with the great noise.
With the great noise. Not a noise from Nibiru. What's it going to be?
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
That's talking about thermonuclear destruction, all right? Scriptures say the Lord's sword will be bathed in heaven. Scriptures speak about flying swords, which today we will be seeing them as ICBM missiles. Go ahead.
The earth also.
Flying swords, not flying planets, all right? Go ahead.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
Right, that's how the world is going to end, by fire, by thermonuclear destruction. All right, now go from there to 2 Ezra 13. And then we're going to bring that out. Bring that sixth trumpet out.
Book of 2 Ezra, chapter 13, verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
Right. This is what some people would call the rapture, which is just the elect, which are only Israelites, 1/3 of our nation. All right. And the elect getting beamed up to heaven.
Are you ready for the rapture? Hey, I'm wrapped in short.
Go ahead.
And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
And what's going to happen when the Most High decides to send his son to gather the elect? Read.
And one shall undertake to fight against another. One city against another. One place against another. One people against another.
So this is talking about wars and race wars. This ain't happening to the magnitude of prophecy yet. That's when the Most High said he's going to send his son to come get the elect and the Israelites. Go ahead.
And one realm against another.
One realm against another. Wow. Go ahead.
And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass.
And when we see these signs happening, read.
And the signs shall happen which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared.
Then shall Christ come and be the Savior of Israel. Go ahead.
Whom thou sawest as a man ascending.
Right, Con. So that's it on that. Give me the sixth trumpet, and then let's get into Revelation 12 and knock this out real quick.
Con. Book of Revelation, chapter 9. I'm starting at verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
Three woes: World War I, World War II, and World War III. We ain't not at the third woe yet. Go ahead.
And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before the Most High, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
This is going to be the sign of the end of times. When you see this friction amongst nations, starting from the Middle East, which their guardian, we know, according to Ezekiel 38, is going to be Russia. And that's going to start, which we see it going down right now. We see North Korea rallying up. But really, we believe that, according to that prophecy, that it's probably going to be something to have to do with Iran. We don't know for sure, but those four angels loose over there is going to cause that activity, going to put the spirit on the Middle East nations.
No, Syria as well.
To Syria, Salakia. And,
you know, they're all in that region.
To do something, and then the four carpenters, which are the BRIC, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, spearheaded by Russia, and that's what's going to cause this whole thing to be done. This hasn't happened yet. Go ahead.
Gone. And the four angels were loosed, which are prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men.
Go ahead.
And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire.
This is describing the missiles. Go ahead.
And of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone.
ICBM missiles. 6 trumpet. Hasn't happened yet. 7 trumpet is the deliverance of the elect.
That's right.
Hasn't happened yet. Now let's go to Revelation 12, Sarge. If I need any precepts, I'm gonna have you get them. All right. Start at 12 and 1.
Book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven. A woman clothed with the sun.
Who's the woman? Israel. Israel is likened unto a woman. Matter of fact, both kingdoms are likened unto a woman and are the Most High's 2 wives. So is the Most High polygamous?
That's right.
They do the Most High have a body?
That's right.
All right, go ahead. Cold with what?
Say what? Said what?
Khan.
No, Yahushua is your groom.
Khan. Yeah, Khan. Yeah, we're the bride. All right, go ahead.
The new elect symbolizes the bride. What?
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun.
A woman clothed with the sun.
And the moon under her feet.
Sun and the moon represent what? Wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Go ahead.
And
which means it only came to who?
Only came to the woman, the Israelites.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
A crown of 12 stars. Now they'll tell you 923 is dealing with some Hebraic cosmology, right? When we had more constellations than the 12 that they have today.
Yeah, who knows what the Hebrew cosmology is made up of? The Hebrew alphabet.
Yeah, we said that before.
So when we looked up, like when the way Issachar would know what happened, they look up and they see what was written in the sky. That's how Issachar would tell what did the Most High, what has he got written in the sky. You understand what I'm saying? So without this whole Virgo, like this is who knows about the conscious community a little bit. You ever heard of guys like Phil Valentine? They try to tell you, they give you star chart readings, horoscopes. They're dealing with the Greco-Roman zodiac system. That's not an Egyptian zodiac system. That's not a Babylonian zodiac system. That isn't a Canaanite. It's surely not an Israelite. It's not an African. That is a totally invented by the white man. When you deal with Scorpio, Virgo, damn Libra, it's Libra season, guys. That the white man made that up. The Egyptian zodiac had more than 12 signs. The Babylonian zodiac had more than 12 signs. The Israelite zodiac, which is of course most important, had more than 12 signs. And it dealt with our alphabet in the skies, in the heavens. All right. You can't look up and get a zodiac reading now. You know why? Because there's so much pollution in the damn air. You can't even see all the stars. You can't even see them. It's a cold game. I mean, if you maybe went to a rural area, you know, or had a high power telescope, but just off the naked eye, you see a couple stars in that sky, bro. That sky is full of stars. Brother's been to the mountains, right? Bro, you go to the mountains, you see, where the hell did all these stars come from? I remember I went to camp in Sixth Grade. I said, yeah, it's lit. It's lit up there. What's going on? I don't see these in the city. Why? Because of smog, especially here in California, right? But the Hebrew cosmology, the Hebrew zodiac is every letter in the Hebrew alphabet. It's not Virgo and all that. The white man created all that. So any Negro propagating that is propagating a white system. Yeah. And them conscious, a lot of people, they believe in the zodiac and that conscious community. They off into that so-called black power community. That's white power. Yeah. If you're going to deal with the Egyptian zodiac, deal with the Egyptian zodiac. I went over my in-laws' house, my woman's grandparents, and he's got a calendar that's got a whole breakdown on the actual Egyptian zodiac and the supplementary one that they tried to merge with the Greco-Roman zodiac to equivocate it. But the Egyptian zodiac, it might be one zodiac only rules over 2 weeks. Then it's a whole nother one for it's more than 12. So these niggas are deceived and lying, and the white man got their minds. Go ahead.
That's right.
God.
Keep going. So like
Verse 2. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth.
Who's this child Israel was giving birth to? Christ, the Savior of the world. Go ahead. The Savior of Israel. Salakia. Go ahead.
And pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven.
And so this is not going on in heaven. This is John looking up to the heavens, seeing a vision. All right. This is not going on in the fourth dimension in the spiritual realm. Go ahead.
And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon.
The great red dragon, which is the Roman Empire. Go ahead.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns.
7 governments of Esau, or 10 kingdoms of the Roman Empire.
What's that breakdown on 923?
You know what? I don't know, but I'm sure they have some elaborate.
It's the moon. It's all the moons in the bureau. It's got 7 moons. You understand what I'm saying? And 10, it's got extra moons that's orbiting those moons.
Matter of fact, they said, according to this scripture, Isaiah 66 and 7, hear the word of the Lord. Before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain came, she was delivered of a man child. Salakia, I don't think it's that, but go ahead, back in Revelation. But they had something about how Israel became a nation in one day when they were took from the land of the north and flew back into Israel. This is all being incorporated into this doctrine. Which if you watch SICARRI versus Black Hebrew Israelites versus Jewish Rabbi what's his name? Avraham. Then you'll see how Rabbi Pele, how we cut that whole they came from the land of the north through the spirit. Right?
And the white man is the devil.
Come on, go ahead.
God. And behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven.
So there was only 3 kingdoms left. I'm sorry, 3 tribes left in Israel predominantly during the time of Christ: Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right. So these are the stars that were brought down, taken down by the Roman Empire, spearheaded by Herod.
That's right.
All right. All the way up to 7 AD when this came to fulfillment. All right. Subjugation and then destruction and ultimate exile.
Talk over real quick.
All right.
You just spoke about the woman, right?
Come.
Read that part about the woman again.
Which part? Verse 1?
No, where was you at? What verse you at right now?
3rd part of the stars, verse 4.
Yeah, keep reading that.
Tell that you the
read that part over.
Read it again.
God. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman.
Before the who?
Before the woman.
This is 2nd Ezra 10:44. This woman whom thou sawest is Zion.
That was good. That was good.
That's it.
Hey,
that's it. That's it.
Go ahead.
It's like a SICARRI in it. And his tail drew the 3rd part of stars of heaven and did cast them.
It's Virgo. Zion.
And did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Right, because what did Herod do? Herod went to the 3 wise men and he asked, where's this guy that you guys said is Christ? They didn't want to tell him. And he killed all the males.
So like
2 and under.
Now, quick question. How did the wise men know? Wasn't 3 wise men, the wise men. How did the wise men know? Cheating. How did the wise man know where to find the Messiah? Through the star. You see that? That's going back to the actual constellation. That's how we knew. Did the white man know? No. All the white man had to do is follow, but he didn't have that information on our cosmology. He's busy following Virgo. You see where that got him. Well, didn't know where Yahushua was. You got something? Why is they came from Mexico. Which now listen. Hey, they could have. We don't. It's just say they came from the east.
Yeah, they came from the east.
They don't specify exactly who these individuals are. So they could have been Northern Kingdom that came to see the mighty Yahushua, right? Because the Northern Kingdom knew about Yahweh that goes into Quetzalcoatl, Kukulkan. Brothers knew. You understand what I'm saying? They have it on their pyramids. A lot of you, but go ahead. That's a whole nother story. Go ahead.
Sell here, could have sold that.
It's Hispanic heritage.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Verse 5. And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron.
That's Christ. Go ahead.
And her child was caught up unto the Most High and to his throne.
So Christ died, resurrected, and was ascended back to the Most High. Go ahead.
And the woman fled into the wilderness.
And Israel fled into the wilderness after 70 AD, after the third part of the stars was completely brought down. Go ahead.
And where's the wilderness?
Salakia, the wilderness being what we would call today Africa, all right? The interiors of Africa, and migrated to the north, to the west, all right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Where she have prepared, Salah, where she have a place prepared of the Most High, that they should feed her there 1,203 days.
Right. Now, some people say that this wilderness is America. They say that there's going to be a wilderness in America. I mean, are we going to hide in the wilderness when Esau comes against us? Absolutely. But there's any wilderness is talking about in the Bible. There's the wilderness outside of Israel and the wilderness in the Africas, north and west. All right. Why was it a wilderness? Because there was no civilization in the west coast of Africa. That's why I said the Most High had a place prepared for her there 1,260 years. Because from the time that we migrated 70 AD and got all the way to West Africa and began to establish ourselves, we spent roughly 1,200 to 1,300 years there.
That's right.
Before Esau came against us and brought in this transatlantic slave trade. All right.
Because like the brother said, a place prepared. West Africa, there wasn't people there. There was people in East Africa. There was people down South Africa, doing in the large parts of Central Africa. But we spent a lot of time in North Africa, but we eventually settled in West Africa, right? Where there wasn't people. There wasn't, the Hamites hadn't gotten there. The Hamites came there, and that happened later. But see, you have people talk about this happened 5,000 years ago in Ghana. That you can't even prove that. You see civilizations start popping up in West Africa, and you have the evidence of civilizations popping up. I've heard some maybe as early as what, like 300-400, but for the most part about 700 AD, 1200 AD, 1000 AD. That's when these civilizations start popping up. So what does that mean? If you allow the white man to tell you that something happened in West Africa 5,000 years ago, what you're saying is the people of West Africa were so dumb they couldn't develop civilization for 4,000 years. We know that's not true. We take a look at the Mali Empire. We take a look at the Songhai Dynasty. We can see that that's not true. We can see that they brought amazing things to the earth, which were us, which were Judites. The Mali Empire was Judah. You understand what I'm saying? There was also some SICARRIITES amongst that when you're doing your history.
Living like ahead, kings.
That's right.
Yeah,
well,
we was kings.
That's where you get Mansa Musa from. That's a Judite brother.
400 billion.
Go ahead. He had that brother was playing with a check. Go ahead.
He had brothers coming all the way over to this side of the world. You know what I'm saying? And bringing stuff back over there.
That's right.
Before the white man ever came over this side.
Well, because who was he doing? He was dealing with his Akim.
Another kingdom. You know what I'm saying? But folks don't realize.
They know about listen, man. They got the books on Montezuma. They got the book saying that Montezuma was dealing with a Mansa Musa. There's document. The Moors was going into it. There's documents on this. So what is the Da Vinci Demons?
Yeah, Da Vinci Demons.
Da Vinci Demons showed because they were trying to. Was Columbus? Or was Da Vinci?
It was Da Vinci.
He was trying to get the map to come to the Americas, He went to a Moor. The Moor said, "This is the two kingdoms," which is what they said, the Moorish kingdom and the kingdom in the Americas, which is who? The Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom. This is all in history. You see. Pedro del Nino was the Moor, right? There you go, Pedro del Nino. And you even had Moors that came with them to Puerto Rico and amalgamated into the Taino culture when they got here. That's why you have certain Puerto Ricans walking around named Morano. Those is Judites amongst the Puerto Ricans. You understand what I'm saying? So the history is deep and it's entrenched. You see what I'm saying? But the point blank period, the white man don't know a damn thing.
That's right.
And neither of these Negro only Israelites don't know a damn thing either. But go ahead.
So we're halfway through, and as you can see, these homosexuals don't know what the hell they're talking about. All right.
Bring it out.
Let's go to verse 7.
God. Verse 7. And there was a war in heaven.
So he's fast forwarding. And this is the thing about John the Revelator. He encrypted the book of Revelation so much, he would go back and forth. Oh, Isaiah did that too. Isaiah would talk about ancient Babylon and modern day Babylon in the same chapter. I'm talking about verses away from each other.
That's facts.
So this is the same thing John was doing. He was going fast forwarding and then rewinding. Now he's fast forwarding to the time where Michael and the angels are going to have to fight against Satan and his angels, meaning a war in heaven. This wasn't. This is not. How many? Give me a real quick. Real quick. Get a 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 12:2, and bring that out again, Akia.
God. Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. And there was war in heaven.
And there was war in heaven. Somebody might say, wow, well, this has to be a war in the spiritual realm in the fourth dimension where God the Father and the angels and the throne is. There's a war in heaven. When all we can see is the Lord having councils with demons and angels in heaven, peaceful councils. Satan's on a council with the righteous angels and Satan. They're trying to figure this thing out, how to implement his agenda,
how to please their master,
how to please their master, how to please the Father.
That's right.
We've never seen any precedents of war, all right, in heaven. But who knows how many heavens there are? Powerful, and this is why he's officer 10,000. That's why he's officer.
Anyway, yeah, Levite. Levite got a lot.
Okay, bring that out. Let's read that. You had something to say, soldier?
No, I was gonna say they probably got that from that movie Immortal. Like when he something like that, he saw the war going on.
Yeah. Well, Immortals got that from Greek mythology. Homosexuals.
Well, yeah, but which is where they got the whole concept that the war in heaven is Greek mythology. Catholic Church is Greek mythology when you break it down.
Angels catching fade with each other.
You know what I'm saying? Angels having sex with mortal women and bringing forth babies.
Giants.
Giants. Super Greek. You see what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
This is 2 Corinthians.
Oh, the book we were going into Enoch last week. The damn Minotaur. Greek mythology. Go ahead.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2. I knew a man in Christ about 14 years ago. Whether in the body, I cannot tell.
Whether in the body, he couldn't tell.
Or whether out of the body.
If it was an out-of-body experience in the spiritual realm, this is Paul speaking about. Go ahead.
Or whether out of the body, I cannot tell. God knoweth.
Hold on. Do y'all know who this man in Christ is? Who he knows? He's talking about himself. He started off saying, I knew a man in Christ. And a few verses later, it was me. I didn't know what I was going through.
Why the Most High switch his name to Saul? I mean, I haven't got that far.
Everybody's name is going to be changed. Saul.
You need to change your name.
That's right.
To the Hebrew name.
Saul is also a name with a negative connotation. Has anybody ever heard of Sheol before? That's like what they say is like the Hebrew hell, which is not actually hell. It's dealing with the grave. That's what Saul means. So it's not necessarily the best name to have. So Yahushua changed his name, right? Just like all of we come into truth, we get a new name.
Oh, he was telling the disciples, listen, we're calling you this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just being a new man, you know. I mean, it's I would say do it, change it, not legally. We're not the cops, all right? Only cops tell their members to change their names to Hebrew names. We're gonna tell you, we legally, we're not gonna tell you to go down legally.
Yeah, number one, did Daniel have a Babylonian name? He sure did. So you can have a Babylonian name. Who gives a damn? I'm not gonna call you once you get your Hebrew name. I'm not calling you damn Chip anymore. Tyrone, whatever your damn name is. Jermaine. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got Tyrone, Jermaine, and Jamal around. No, and Leon, right?
But who is that cut? What people follow that tradition or custom today, where you have your normal name and you have a street name or a nickname?
The black man, Hispanic man.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And then what does the white man want to find out? What do they call you? Because the white man understands what you're called is more important than what your mother put on your birth certificate. Right. It's far more important. You know what they asked me when they documented me as a gang member? What do you have a nickname? No nickname. The name that you have, just that. Niggas don't know my government name. Now they only know my government name because the ADL put it on the internet. All right. Before that, nigga ain't know my damn government name. You understand what I'm saying? But you got your Hebrew name. That's customary for, like the brother said, for our people. Yeah, your mother might name you something that's cool. It's for official documents. When you go to work, you understand what I'm saying? When you go to work, you gotta be, so they gotta call you something, right? You see what I'm saying? But you go, you know, when you amongst your Akim, you go, you know, Kunta Kinte name was Kunta Kinte. The white man want to call him what? Toby. To the white man, he was Toby. What do you think when he went around and fellows on the plantation, niggas Kunta around this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Okay, but go ahead.
Where we at? Read it over. Come.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2. I knew a man in Christ about 14 years ago, whether in the body I cannot tell, or whether out of the body I cannot tell. God knoweth, such as one caught up to the third heaven.
Caught up to the third heaven. So Paul was caught up to the third heaven, to the spiritual realm, fourth dimension, out the body, because flesh can't be there. Well, he could have got that glorified body, but the point I'm trying to make is that there's three heavens. And so for somebody to immediately go to Revelation 12:7 and say this was the heaven in where the Most High dwells, you can't substantiate that. On the contrary, we can substantiate that. It's what we can actually look up and see. This is where this is happening. It's called your missile defense systems against UFOs, the bills that they're passing against so-called UFOs.
The Star Wars program.
The Star Wars program.
Going back to that, go back to Reagan. Oh, also, there was a book called War in Heaven.
War in Heaven, that's right.
It wasn't talking about damn angels and demons fighting. It was talking about, what was it? Break it down. Huh? Nuclear arms race. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the whole last 60 years of white history is about a nuclear arms race. Who's heard of Sputnik before? What was Sputnik about? A nuclear arms race. That's all it was about. Who knows what CERN? Everybody's CERN. That's another conspiracy. We ain't heard about CERN, but I'm sure.
All the conspiracies are found in Revelation.
You see CERN, guys. Y'all heard? Who's heard of CERN? CERN, they're going the bottomless pit, and it's going to be demons coming out. I see demons every day. They're not in the bottomless pit, they're on Lemon Grove Avenue. Imperial. You understand what I'm saying? Market Street. Downtown, you go to a little street called Island. There are the demons. You used to live on Island. You walk outside, you see demons everywhere. You see the bottomless pit open now. You see what I'm saying? Wow, right? But what is this? CERN is about the fact that the Russians have a superior nuclear technology and missiles to America.
Right.
And America does not have the adequate missile defense systems to defend against Russia. So the UN and not the UN, the EU and NATO, the Western powers, the beast, according to the Bible, are trying to create this CERN weapon that's in a different realm than the ICBM to try to combat Russia. That's all that is. They're going around, they're trying to create what's called an antimatter weapon.
Right.
All CERN is a weapon to fight Russia,
Right.
to fight North Korea, to fight China. That's why they're developing defense. Why? We're going back to the first scripture we brought out tonight.
That's right. That's
The
right.
white man's blessing is the sword.
That's right.
Everything the white man does is to try to create weapons. When he goes and makes food, he's creating a weapon to kill you. When he everything he does is designed to kill, right or wrong. The cars, everything the white man does. If you notice, other countries don't produce cars. European countries are the leading producer of cars. Japanese copies everything Europe does. So then you see what I'm saying? That's just to know, from the watch industry to the car industry, the Japanese have always copied Europe. But Europe produces cars, BMW, Audi, Volkswagen, Rolls-Royce, Porsche. All of these, all the top cars, when you think of the finer cars, all of them come from where? Europe. They're not American, right? The American car industry has died, right? They're not Asian. Asians, Toyota, you look at those when you want to save on gas. When you want to have the top of the line cars, you got to go to the white man of Europe. What do those top of the line cars do? Put out fuel emissions that pollute the earth. Who produces the most hybrid cars? Japan, Toyota. Honda got the damn car that run on water. What else? What's the other one? Nissan, Lexus. These got the good gas. These put out less fuel emissions than the ones that the white man has. You notice that, right? Because what the white man's goal is to do is just destroy. So when a white man creates CERN, it's to destroy. Who does he want to destroy? The guy up the block with the bigger gun.
Right.
This nigga want to come with a laser gun now. That's all he's doing. You see what I'm saying? So that's what CERN is about. Everything is about a damn arms race.
Right. War in heaven.
War in heaven.
Just like even those movies he shows you, like what Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees, how good he is with the sword, right? Killing.
He's just a killer, man.
Killing everyone. Even Hidden Figures, which no one watched. What's her name? Taraji.
Yeah. No. Where's all the love for the black woman? Hidden Figures should have been the #1 movie in America when it came out. Taraji P. Henson showing that the white man could do nothing without an Israelite. The white man take credit for everything, but how they made them rockets that allegedly go to the damn moon, they could not have accomplished without a black woman. And they made a movie about it. And you know what the black woman did that Friday night? Went to the club
I'm about to say.
and degraded herself, degraded herself, while she could have been uplifted by such a triumphant story of such an intelligent sister, right? But what was that about, Shamar?
About calculating trajectory paths for that war.
It was all about a war. You looking at it like the white man's trying to go to the moon. No, the white man is trying to kill people. He's looking at what is the mathematics that I need to get this rocket to go from here and to Moscow. All he's thinking about is, how do I blow Moscow off the map? Can you do the mathematics? And here the black woman. Here you go. You not one of them. You know they got them palaces. You know who made them palaces? We made them palaces actually. When you go into it, but they trying to knock them palaces off with a damn Scud missile. They couldn't have did it without the mathematics of the black woman. That's all that is. So it ain't about going to the moon and a Mars rover. Remember when they had the damn Bigfoot on Mars? I remember that was about 10 years ago. I was in high school. I said, "Oh, just Bigfoot." I was going crazy. I said, "Nigga, it looked like Bigfoot was on Mars." You should have known some bullshit when Bigfoot was on Mars. What the hell is wrong with me? I believe Bigfoot was on Mars. Starting a crip set in Mars. Okay? He's just walking around banging in Mars. No. That's not what was happening. It's clearly fake. Nobody's on Mars. You see what I'm saying? It's like, go ahead.
No, this we're gonna bring this last. I mean, pretty much we could go into the whole chapter, but we're not gonna.
We
now.
hitting the point.
The point is they took the 12 stars and the woman and the birth of a child, just destroyed it.
And force fit it into Nibiru.
And we'll probably follow up on it again.
We're gonna speak on it tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got to speak on it tomorrow. We got to speak on Puerto Rico getting devastated.
Right.
Mexico, 2 earthquakes. DACA. We got to get on this DACA situation. All right.
Rocket Boy.
Rocket Boy. It's all kind of stuff going on right now. And the majority of the things that are important that are going on are affecting the Israelites, affecting the blacks, Latinos, Native Indians detrimentally. Puerto Rico devastated. Karam.
Brendan T. Jackson being like a big spokesman for the last day on Earth. I mean, that
Said that?
yeah.
He said last day on Earth.
Hold on, wait.
Wait, okay, pause.
I'm
He was vouching for September 23rd. I'm gonna say that.
What? Hold on, we need
I'm
to.
gonna say he's gonna end, but
That something was gonna happen.
yes,
Okay.
that does
It's still not good, but I mean,
exactly.
Oh, hold on. Let's see.
About the September 23rd stuff.
Okay, hold on.
Video being a consecration because it's the time of atonement. There's no man that can predict the hour or the date where the earth is going to end.
Okay.
That's not scriptural. It's ridiculous. I was not. So stop putting me, first of all, on these videos to get hit. YouTube videos.
Referring to the fact that he was keeping the Day of Atonement.
Okay, so we're gonna say the white man was pushing that to put that on me.
Yeah. Because he said, stop putting me on these videos. I'm not saying that. That brother, all right. Because I was gonna say, damn, you went there, brother. That brother fell off. Oh, pretty. Yeah, of course, to try to discredit what he's doing as an Israelite.
But now you know what happened, brothers. These black Hebrew Israelites, what they did, they saw the video of that hurricane hitting Puerto Rico, and they said, "Look, this gotta be it." I mean, y'all seen the footage? Have y'all seen the footage?
It's Nibiru.
Man, it's
which is in the Bible. We brought it out on the last one. Didn't the hurricane got devastated more? It's right in Isaiah 28 that he was going to visit Ephraim with storm. Here, what's happened to Ephraim? He done got to visit back to back with storm. I heard there's another hurricane forming. Who's with an L? I think it's a hurricane with an L.
It's all alphabetical order.
Leo or something.
The hurricane Indonesia and Australia.
Those are typhoons or cyclones and typhoons. In that side of the earth, it's cyclone because it goes the other way. Cyclones and typhoons, and then on this side of the earth, hurricane.
I was talking to this SICARRI lady. They said SICARRI stuck in elevators, stuck under the school. One SICARRI got out of the school because he felt it shaking. He said everybody else did the fucking drill. He said I was out.
He's genius.
He said I was out. I saw my friends there. I just did.
Speedy Gonzalez got up out of there, huh?
SICARRI stuck in the elevators. I guess she was talking about, they're trying to, feed them, food through, these pipes to get down to the elevators. But she said, like, day by day, it's just continuing to smash down. And they're not moving the rubble because they're afraid of it just.
Yeah, no, that happened at the, remember the one, I want to say there was an earthquake. There was a earthquake that hit Mexico City, I want to say in like 90, 91, around that time. And it's very similar. This is why it's detrimental, like when the hurricane hit Haiti. We don't, in our countries, Israelite countries, of course, they're all third world countries, number one. There's not one, what Israelite country, what tribe is living, outside of the American tribes, third world. Only person not living third world is he who is in the neck of his enemies, all right? And those of us that come and live amongst Judah, right? But Mexico, Haiti, and those structures are not built with the same type of, they're not earthquake proof. So when an earthquake hits, it's like, for example, the earthquake that hit Haiti, if that would have hit America, it wouldn't have been 25% as devastating. 100,000 deaths. listen, 100,000 people will die in America when the missiles hit it, and then more than that. But the way America is, it's not likely that 100,000 people will ever just perish because of one event. It could happen if the Most High wanted it to, but the likelihood is not strong. The reason why that happened is because we had such shabby built and constructed buildings that they all collapsed. This is what's happening in Mexico. You understand what I'm saying? Mexico is a third world country. I don't know if you notice or not. It's a third world country. Just cross the border here in TJ, you'll be directly in the third world country. You can smell the sewer as soon as you walk in there. What does that let you know? You're in a third world damn country. If I could smell everybody, the whole town's excrement when I go into a place, it's not first world, brother. That's third world. You understand what I'm saying?
And that's at the gate. You know, you go deeper down in Mako.
It's getting even worse. They only fix up the areas that they expect white people to come and be tourists. Straight up war zones. Have you driven in Mexico? It's like this.
We used to do that in the 80s and the 90s.
You know what I'm saying?
Tourist attraction. You go down there, enjoy yourself.
Well, not there. There is still tourist attractions, but not. We're talking about the inner city of Tijuana.
I used to go to County Intake, and that's it.
Yeah, you see that? I'm talking about the hood.
Yeah.
You go to the hood in Tijuana. We've been down there in these hoods. Honestly.
My wife, her friend, I'm talking about the gutter. They got. I'm talking about they living in sheds. Sheds.
Hey, look.
Metal.
Let me tell you something. A metal shed is damn near a delicacy in Haiti, baby. I need a metal shed.
I'm talking about that mattress. Their bedroom was outside.
It's outside, yeah, Concord. That's how they live in Levi. Oh yeah. There you go. That's how we live in. So when an earthquake hits a country that's like that, it's utter devastation. It's utter devastation. And then nothing can stand in that. And then they're like you said, it's like people gonna die. And hey, that could turn around and kill tens of thousands of Issachar. Right? I remember when the earthquake hit Cuba, it's like it Haiti, that I was locked up with a brother from Cuba. And once he heard I was from Haiti, he said, man, that should have been us. That should have been Cuba. Cuba gonna get that. This guy ain't in the truth. He just knows Cuba being so damn wicked on the Isle of Cuba that they deserve the Most High to visit them like that. Every tribe deserves to be visited like that. Levi gonna be visited like that first, for obvious reasons. But all the tribes is getting ready to get a visitation. And we're seeing it in Puerto Rico. You've seen it in some of the areas of Benjamin. Issachar is feeling it. Gad is destroyed. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot going on right now. And which Asher is always getting. Again, Asher too. The favelas down there. You think they had a FIFA, right? Or was it the Olympics? The Olympics last year.
Oh yeah.
When you get off the damn plane, Asher and the tribes that's down there got a sign say "Welcome to Hell."
Right.
They want the people to know that are coming in there. You coming like Rio de Janeiro is the spot, nigga. We living in pure hell, and you're tearing down our shanty homes to build stadiums for you niggas to play in it for a month and disappear. The Olympics is about the dumbest thing that you can do in your country, to build all these extra stadiums that are going to be empty after you leave. FIFA World Cup. You see that? What you learn from the white man.
When you fly in, you only they want when you come in, you got long glass or like plexiglass, but you can't see into the ghetto areas. So when you come in, when you get off, you see all the good areas, like the rich ones, the good areas.
That's why they paint the hood all in bright colors. In the favelas, they call them, because they want to make it look like it's nice over there. When you see pink, that's why like in Miami, Little Haiti, all the hoods in Miami is like that. You driving through, you looking around like, oh my, it's pink and orange and aquamarine. It just looks so tropical. This is the hood. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But they do that on purpose because they don't want you as a tourist. Because tourism is a large. A lot of places exist. This brother's from the Bahamas. The Bahamas is tourism, right or wrong. Without tourism, they have nothing, and with tourism, they don't have much. You understand what I'm saying? So imagine if there was no tourism. Why do you think Cuba's trying to get back cool with America, or at least act like it? Trying to open up tourism.
That's right.
They want people to come and visit the old Riviera, and you know what I'm saying, in Havana. They want that to be cool again, right?
And most likely mess all that up. Because our sister, she had planned a trip to go to Puerto Rico. She said, "Look, that's
you know, that's out. What they talking about? It's going to be 6 months for they come back. I heard. Most High in Christ.
Yeah, they're 100% without power. You got Haiti, right? Haiti go without power. What?
We
half the day.
Half the day. Some parts there's no power at all. Some parts it's like 12. In Haiti, it's like 12 hours. You understand what I'm saying? Half you get power during the daytime. You get power during the night. You understand what I'm saying? No, dude, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they have a Rothschild bank, you know, in Cuba. I think Cuba's one of like Cuba, North Korea, Iran. It's Syria. Syria don't, but Russia doesn't either. They had one, but they got rid of it. You see what I'm saying? Once they wanted to turn back up, once like the scripture said, the Most High put hooks in their jaws and turn it back to the Soviet Union, Russia paid the IMF back all their debt and got their own bank. You see what I'm saying? So Russia's been, you know, since the early 2000s in them stages of coming back up against America. Of course, they took that L going back to the Cold War. But them Soviet states, you gotta understand, they got this wrestler, what's this dude name? Ukrainian cat. I forget his damn name. But he's like Ukrainian. Or no, he's not. He's like from, wouldn't want to be Bulgaria or something. But he's like Vladimir Putin in Russia. Why is he pushing that? Because that's the USSR coming back. I shall turn thee back. I shall put hooks in thy jaws. These other countries that aren't technically Russia are still, they're coming back into that spirit of we're all Russia. Even going back to that, remember what happened with Ukraine and Crimea? Russia got Crimea back. The Crimeans didn't have a problem going back to Russia. That spirit is coming. It's all in the Bible. You got more on that?
No, I'm done. You can segue.
Yeah, I mean we could
or close out.
Yeah, we could could. So whoever got some questions, we'll take questions for a few minutes and then we'll close out. Because I'm gonna just put this out as just put it right up as just the 923 breakdown. You know what I'm saying? That way we're not dealing with too many other topics.
And I just want to say something.
Go ahead.
Most folks have to realize that the islands, what is an island? It's a piece of land surrounded by water.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So when you have a hurricane hitting that island, you would expect there to be massive death tolls. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about Benjamin, you're not gonna see that.
Bring it up.
We just talked about Puerto Rico.
I don't ever think Benjamin's ever been affected, dude, on that.
They was talking about a hurricane in 1929 killed what, 50 people. 50 people. You're surrounded by water. As soon as it gets in your area, it's strengthened because you're surrounded by water.
And y'all islands are small.
Small.
All this is too what you gotta understand about Benjamin versus the other tribes that's in the Caribbean. Manasseh, Ephraim, Levi, Simeon. Our islands are way bigger than any Benjamite island. Any of these, so they should be getting, like Barbuda got ransacked by the hurricane. But there was what, 3 deaths? Yeah, it was 3 deaths. That's why the Most High said Benjamin dwelleth safely now. Go ahead, bring it out of Bazak. Yeah, them niggas, they was probably old people. You know what I'm saying? They death may not even have been,
it was the shock.
You know, exactly related. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So this is how we know. Issachar's gonna have massive death tolls, man. Death tolls. Mexico already 200 plus. That's more than Benjamin has ever been affected, ever. That's how you didn't get that 100,000 count in Haiti until, I mean, it was months. Ridiculous, moving. Oh, his grandma's dead.
Finding some people still alive, right? Like,
it finding some people still alive. Remember y'all remember the video when Wyclef went to Haiti when the earthquake hit?
Yeah.
He's just picking dead bodies up and putting them over his shoulder and putting them on a truck to go take them to what was it? Gehenna. Go take him to Gehenna to burn them. You know what I'm saying? Levi had Gehenna. But go ahead, Bazak.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta take things in. You have to put things into perspective. You know, when dealing with the tribes, dealing with their blessings, dealing with the you know, the curses that come upon all of us as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Living in third world countries while brothers are over here driving on these streets. We ain't got no highways in the Bahamas.
That's right.
You know, other than one in Freeport, but they call that Little America. You know what I'm saying? Just because that one highway, and the island only about this big. You know what I'm saying? So you know, we ain't gonna have the deaths like most folk. What's up?
It's like either like 2-lane roads or like super narrow.
Well,
not to get off.
Nah, not in Freeport. Not in Freeport. Freeport it's a lot. It's smaller. There's less people in Freeport than in Nassau, where I'm from. There's probably like maybe 300,000 in Nassau. Selected, no. Maybe over.
What's that island called? The one in Nassau's on.
Nassau.
It's called the island's called Nassau.
Nassau. Yeah. Paradise Island is the little extended piece on it. Yeah. There's the population of the Bahamas is maybe close to 400,000. The population of the Bahamas. Now, take into consideration there's 700 islands and keys. You can't necessarily live on a key, but you can. You know what I'm saying?
Key West.
Yeah. You have a place called Blackberry's.
The white man love Key West. all the faggots. You see.
You know?
Well, that's why I hope a lot of them died on that Key West when that mug rolled through. But go ahead.
You know, if you can get yourself some electricity on the key, then you should be straight. But you got to remember, you on water. You know what I'm saying? And then you got sand lots or something, man. Sandbars.
Yeah, sandbars.
You can walk out into the ocean and then walk back up over the water.
Sit in the ocean.
Deep in the ocean and be right back up over the water. You know what I'm saying? And then you walk a couple feet over and then all of a sudden it just straight up drops. So, you know, yeah, it's different, man. It's different, but
and with all of those conditions, Benjamin should be getting massacred. But the Most High said he shall dwell safely. See, that's the difference. And it's Benjamin is under curses, just like any tribe is under curses. Right. Benjamin is killing each other, doing all kind of stuff, but it's not worse than what's going on in other countries. What's going on in the land of Simeon? What's going on in Levi land? What's going on down there in Asher? What's going on in Zebulun? What's going on in Issachar? What's going on amongst Judah? Right. It's worse. You understand what I'm saying? It's much worse. So, but little Ben, that's the littlest brother. You understand what I'm saying? So the Most High going, baby bro, the Most High is looking out for baby bro. Why? Because Jacob loved Benjamin so much. What was Benjamin? Who knows this trivia question? Even for tribe of Benjamin, what was Benjamin's original name? Huh? That wasn't his name. Jacob gave him that name of Benjamin. His mother, Rachel, called him something as Benoni, which is Bana one, like Bana one in the Hebrew, which means son of my sorrow. Jacob said, I'm not naming him that. He gonna be the son of the right hand. This is he loved Benjamin. That's why he didn't want Judah to come. He said, man, come on, I can't lose Benjamin, man. Y'all already took Joseph from me. I'm not losing Benjamin. Right. So the Most High has blessed Benjamin because of that, which y'all don't realize. Oh, well, you know, brothers may realize, but they, you know, that's what's going on. All the tribes got their blessing and allotment based on their relationship with their father. All of them. Reuben, Simeon, and Levi didn't get to be the king of Israel because of Pops was mad at us. Judah did. What did Judah do anything wrong to Jacob? All as far as we know of the account, never. Judah he showed leadership skills and he was there. He stuck up for Joseph the best he could. He stuck up for Benjamin. You understand what I'm saying? So Jacob gave him that blessing as the fourth son. The first three, Reuben, adulterer, Simeon and Levi, we starting all kind of trouble, and we the kid, we just going around starting all kind of trouble in the neighborhood. Yeah. So Jacob, you know, he was vexed by that, but Judah didn't do that. So Judah got what? Judah got that he is whom thy brethren shall praise. Everybody got their blessing predicated upon their relationship with their Father. Questions?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nope.
Oh, all right.
I mean, I answered everything.
Oh,
in the
okay.
chat.
Close the scripture.
Oh, go ahead. Bring it out to close.
Did you pull Matthew 24:36?
Oh, no, I didn't.
It's the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
That's it. Period. With that, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and we say shalom.